afternoon, everyone. Would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. I've never done one of these, so I'm a bit nervous. Anyway, the subject of today's video. Oh, first, before I go any further, I want to give a shout out. Quarter Hoarder. It's mail call. And I got my Lincoln Cent book up here, but I don't believe I'm anywhere close to filling it like Quarter Hoarder has filled his. But it was kind of nice to get this in the mail from him. And it says, hey Forrest, picked out the luckiest sticker I could find for you. You might not need it, but a little extra luck sure can't hurt. After it's stuck, if you rub the logo clockwise, you'll be granted 3 wishes. Thanks for your support, Jason. And there it is, the Quarter Hoarder himself. So thanks, Jason. Really appreciate it. I'm new to metal detecting, probably real new, but I'm not new to research, and that's something that I'm going to go into today just a little bit. Oh, and by the way, the Quarter Hoarder's sticker will get a place of honor on the my neon. I use the neon for metal detecting, and that kind of looked good on that book too, but nah, put it on the neon. Okay, back to what this video is all about. It's about Lidar. Lidar is the latest tool. It's been around, I'd say since 2010, something like that. State of Maryland has had online since 2015 Lidar maps. I did not even have a clue. And it's laid out by county. And to my fellow Marylanders, I'll give another shout out to the Hoover Boys, because I sent them the link, and I hope that they are taking full advantage of it, like I'm going to show today how we can take advantage of it. If you look here, I have an 1877 map. Here I have a 1942 and 43 topo. And if you notice, there's some things missing from this map that I've drawn in that were on this map. Here's 1877 road, heavily traveled, heavily used, ran from south of a town down to the waterfront. It's a big oystering community. 1877 road path here, which the state elected to keep. If you notice over here, here's W.H. Sturgis, and in 1942 the Sturgis house was still standing. It's not standing anymore. Sturgis house is gone. All that's left is the old cemetery and a road leading. I've gone out here in the field and picked up several big bricks. Not contemporary bricks, but old red bricks off of this farm. I haven't metal detected it yet, but I have found the home site. So I'm using that as an anchor for this map to this map correlation. If you notice, just south of the Sturgis place, the road goes off to the right, and I'm saying this is where the road went due to some investigation and actually using Lidar. If you notice, there's two old rental units, I believe, here, and also the road curves quite a bit more. Here, when the state elected to build the new road, they went straight and eliminated that turn. Sorry about that. My computer, I allow SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, to use my computer when I'm not using it. anyway, like I said, here's the old path, and here's the old road, and here's the new road, eliminating this section, and we're missing this entire section of road. Now, how I determined it was here, I used the Lidar imaging to find this road. And I've been on it, and I'll insert some video clips here and there within the video. So right now, let's move over to what Lidar can do for us. Be right back. Alright guys, if you look on the right hand screen, you'll see the Lidar. This is from the ArcGIS Server.com. There's a link to it from the Maryland site. I've sent the link to the Hoover Boys. I think it was their last bottle hunting video, and I commented and showed them the link. I will put the link down on the bottom after the video. This is ArcGIS, and if you notice, you can see a lot of detail. Here's the current Route 12. Maybe I should cut that out. Don't want nobody finding my digs. But anyway, here's the old route. And what we're looking for, personally, myself, is where the old road was and where this road is in particular. And if you look, you can follow the modern road. If you follow my cursor down, and here's the old road that was not incorporated in the 1942-43 topo. And you can see they basically went a straight line from here to here. But they also elected not to pave this road, which goes through the most beautiful stand of oaks. I've got video of it. I am going to insert that within this video. But this one's strictly how to use Lidar imaging. I might do the 877 road exploration in a totally separate video, depending on the length of this one. So now I want to find something that resembles this. And go full screen. The best that I have found yet is this area here coming down and then down this lane here, because we got to find this long part of the road. So zooming out a little bit, and let me go to measure, get me a ruler on here. Oh, here's my anchor point, I'm sorry. Up here is the W.H. Sturgis place. Right there is W.H. Sturgis. Perhaps I should zoom in for this one, and so if you bear with me, let me zoom the camera in on that screen. Okay, I'm zoomed in on it now. So I needed to find some anchor points that I've drove this road for 20 some years. going back and forth to my work. And I know this probably drive it blind almost. So what I'm looking for is the old Sturgis place. And you can clearly see the old driveway. Here's the house in this area. And here's the little cemetery I was talking about. So I've got a good anchor and reference point. So moving out on the Lidar imaging, I know this ditch, I've seen it, you know. This one as well, going down the other side of the road. So we'll keep moving down until we see something that resembles the other map. And to me, the most logical is here this is my guess as to where that road was. Turn the measure off. Alright, I'll create a couple pinpoints here. It's a very, very powerful tool. As you can see, I'm putting pinpoints in where I believe the road is. I've walked all this, so I'm pretty confident in my So anyway, zooming out again, I'll put another stick pin down here. Alright, and we'll do our line. Wished I could pick a different color for the line. It's very irritating that it's in red, because this is 40 foot above sea level, and that on the map is red. Okay, so there's my LiDAR guess of where everything is. All this is heavily wooded. This is all heavily wooded. And it really, really matches up to this road right here. So I went exploring, and let me go out of full screen a minute. And if you look here, there's where I think the road is. Now I would like to highlight just a couple things that Lidar can do for us. And it's pretty incredible and pretty strong, or pretty powerful tools. If I go back full screen, oops, that was a goof. There's my carriage wheel. There's my son and his wife. Anyway, pull this to center and let's do some investigation. Just bear with me a second and I'll get my other map up. Wrong map. Okay. There we go. We're looking for these two houses, and that would put one in the woods and one out in the field. And I discovered the one in the field. I have not found this one as of yet, but working on it. But the power of Lidar is you're looking for old wagon trails. Figure this is from an 1877 map. Now I have explored all this along this tree edge, and it invariably is a road because I've pulled horse tack, I pulled old bolts all down this road. And here's the entrance from the field. You can see the field outlined here. And here's the entrance from the field coming back. I'm not exaggerating. The wheel ruts on this road from where the wagon wheels had cut are 1.5 to 2 feet deep. I'll get one that's fairly pronounced and show you the power that we have with Lidar. This looks very pronounced, so I'm going to click on one of the darker pixels. It gives you percent slope, elevation in meters. Don't do me much good because I hate converting. Alright, that's 37.28 feet above sea level. So what I want to do now is go into a lighter pixel, and this is 35.48, so that's almost 2 feet difference. And I'm not exaggerating. The wagon ruts are probably 2 feet deep along this road, and it was meant for one wagon and one wagon only. And every so often you'd see a pull-off point where it would let other individuals pass by, or you let somebody pass by, whatever. I guess road rage wasn't a big thing back in 1877. Could have been, I don't know. But here's the strong points of Lidar. I'm looking for a house, you know, and here it is. Look at this nice square foundation. So I'll put a pin in that one. right there. And then also I was looking for other homes back through this area along this intersecting road, and I sure enough found one here. And if you notice, this really is obvious. Let's take, click on one of the dark pixels. Let me close that. Elevation is 43 feet, 42.99. And inside, in the lighter area, is 41.66. So you got about 1.5 feet just from the Lidar imaging that you can determine there's 1.5 feet drop from this edge to this edge. And if you notice, there's 2 of them there. And here on the Eastern Shore, not a lot of people had basements. I could not find any brick, mortar, nothing in these 2 depressions, which I've got in the video. But they're definitely root cellars. Could have been lined with wood, and the wood since deteriorated because I did find some square nails in here. But coming up on this place, as I came in from this road down, right here is a little hill. And we'll put the stick pin right there. And you can label it using ArcGIS. Daffodils. There were daffodils there. It's kind of a telltale clue you found a farm, or you found a road, the home. So, you know, I was torn for a long time if this was the road that I saw represented on the other map. But I didn't see a straight road coming in from this way unless it went through here. Or possibly down through here. This road here just stood out obvious. I found horse tack all down along the edge of this field. I've got, oh my gosh, probably 2 or 3 pounds of horse tack. But you can see the similarities. Let me zoom back out. So folks, that's my using Lidar to find old road beds. If you look, this wagon cart road was our horse cart road, whatever, was just as pronounced. The ruts weren't quite as deep as the other road, but it's pretty pronounced. Put me on 3 home sites to metal detect. That one. That one. That one. And that one. So you can see just how useful LiDAR imaging can be to the modern day archaeologists, metal detectors, are just curious, you know. Got permissions for all of this. Farmer was really cool. He had a deer stand he warned me about and stay away from. But this is where I found the carriage hub for a 16-spoke wooden wheel. I sent it to shout out Dig and Connect. Hey! She tried to show the image on Thursday show. She couldn't because she'd lost my email. I'm convinced it's either a high dollar carriage wheel or off of a Model T or Model A wheel hub, partial axle, bearing sleeves. I'll get pictures of it up here. Had real fun exploring this road. And you just got to love this free tool from the state of Maryland. Thank you, Maryland. And give another shout out to the Hoover Boys. Those guys, they find some incredible coins. Quarter Hoarder, I'll never catch up with you. I've got the 1911, 1919, 1940, 1944, 1946, and one lone 50s, 52. But it is fun trying to fill the book. I'll not do it this year, maybe by next year. I'll put a link in my videos to get it off Amazon, $4.99. Excuse me. But you can see the resemblance to this road here. I really wanted this road to be it, right here. And it still could be, but the scaling is all wrong. If I bring it down to the scale, I'm using this railroad here as my anchor to try and anchor the scaling of the two maps. I don't know how topographically accurate this map is, but this is the best I can find to match up to it. And I'm finding evidence with a metal detector to back it up. But This is a simple, short, not so short, but video on how to use Lidar to find very, very old roads based off of old maps. There's my guess of where the road would have been.